Do you believe this tree affords you some protection from the rain?
Yeah, because the rain's coming from that angle.
Okay. They're just little scuds of showers coming across, it's not going to bother us. All our gear's waterproof. Actually, we're getting pretty wet in here now. We've had some pretty heavy showers. I don't know why I'm wearing sunglasses. We're still going. We're just going to keep heading deeper into the bush and check the radar shortly and see if these little waves of rain are going to disappear. It doesn't really bother us. It's nice and cool, actually. Okay, here's an update. The rain has stopped. We've got blue sky in the east, and that's where the weather's coming from, so that's all good. I busted through this lantana here. Colin's still in there somewhere. Anyway, so there was no targets in there. Now I've come out here, and interesting, the soil is very dark here, more a topsoil, and I've just got a poncho grommet off a World War II poncho. That's a high 60s target. So I'm back in another area where there's a bit of activity. Okay, I've started a bit of a dig under this lantana regrowth before it gets too big and we can't detect here anymore. This is mid-60s we'll call that. It jumps around a bit, but it's going to be difficult to film under there, but we'll see how we go. I'm getting a lot of those 1/3 pint milk bottle lids around this area, or the foil off the lids. So I think this area here was actually huts. It wasn't a tent line. There would have been tents around the place, but it was a bit more permanent than just a few huts, tents. As I said, I've spoken to people who used to play here as kids. Once the army abandoned it, and it was still here in the 50s. I guess they demolished it shortly after that. Okay, where's our target gone? I think it's quite small. This is why I'm having trouble with the pinpointer. Okay, I'll bring the detector back into action. I'll have to go back to the old hand sorting until we get closer. Yeah, it's mid-50s and it's jumping down to the 40s now. Typical of any of these machines with these high-end discriminators, once you present more information to the coil, it sort of gives you, it might change its mind, so to speak. Okay, we've got it, whatever it is. As you can hear, it's just a medium tone, one of the 5 tones on apex. You get a little peep there as it jumped up a bit. Okay, it's in the sand here. What do we got? This is it here. I think it's just a little piece of melted alloy. Oh no, no it's not. I don't know exactly what this is. It's an insignia clip, the back of an insignia collar clip with the pinch. It's got the little bits of alloy you pinch here, and the pin comes through the clothing and that holds it in place behind the collar. Ah, it's a nice little find. Well, the rain's all gone, it's just overcast now. Wish you could smell the bush. It smells fantastic with this now that it's wet and the rain's moved on. It's just beautiful in here. Great conditions for detecting, and no doubt we're getting a little bit more depth with that moisture in the topsoil. Well, this is an interesting bit of ground. You can see it's been burnt. It's topsoil that's been burnt. We've got ceramic all through this, army plates from World War II, and this beautiful little, in perfectly preserved condition, World War II delicate little sugar spoon. That's a small one, probably off the table in the officer's mess. Stirred a few cups of tea. That will be hallmarked. I'll try to determine what it is. Probably all bright nickel silver. That was standard Australian Army. That was a nice little repeatable signal because the bowl must have been presenting really well to the coil. Solid 62 on the apex. Very happy with that. It's a ripper. Well, this was the metal target that attracted me to the spot to dig here. 303 round. But this came out with it. It's a clay brick style sort of crucible. It's got some sort of ceramic in it. I'm not sure what that would have been used for. Could have been in a medical lab or something like that. Obviously some sort of equipment, benchtop equipment. Bit mysterious. Well, here's my next target. It's an awesome old pocket knife, and this is substantial item, this one. It's got a fair bit of heft to it. Be quite a few blades in there. I guess the steel's all rusted off, but I don't think I held out any hope to open that. But it's been some sort of wood on here, or bone or ceramic. and quite a few different knives and tools in there. I'm not sure. Definitely World War II though. It's in this World War II, what appears to be a little bit of a dump where I am now. As you can see, it's dried a little bit since I pulled it out of the ground, but it's some sort of tube. I don't think it's lipstick. With a cap, and that looks like there's a little steel hinge or ferrous there where it's flipped open somehow. Looks like I have a flip top on it. Might soak this at home and see what's inside it. I don't really know what that is. It's not rifle cleaning associated, not Australian anyway. Mystery item.
Sea Squadron had only 1 hour to get their tanks ashore and under cover. The tanks' chance came on November the 17th as the fresh troops of the 26th Brigade began the attack on Saddleberg. With the tanks goes the 2nd 48th Battalion. Lieutenant Bob Alexander leads his platoon forward. Their spearhead tank is commanded by Captain Downs from Camden.
Okay, Colin's got an awesome find here. What do you got?
I don't know what it is really. It's just a coat button, I think. It's got
World War II.
KPM written on it. I'm not sure what that would be.
Oh,
KPM.
well, I'm going to KPM. That's World War II.
Yeah.
Now, that's not the Dutch buttons with the lion, the military buttons, but I wonder what that is. KPM.
KPM. Looks like it's brass. And
Oh no, that's definitely World War II. That's an awesome find. I've never seen anything like it. I'm thinking it may be Dutch. It's definitely World War II. Look, we'll have a look at the back marks and see what we can read off it, but that's awesome. What was the
good
signal? That would have been a high tone.
Yeah, I think it was in the 50s.
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, it's not. It's quite thin, isn't it? But it's all there.
It's
It's got a
yeah.
shank.
Yeah, it's got the back on it.
Oh, great find.
Yeah, I'll have to check the numbers again. I think it
Okay.
was-
Fairly deep target. You might need a bigger pick. This target here, Colin said, was an 80. Got a bit of depth to it now.
Yeah, I might have to use your pick.
Yeah, mine's a big. Oh, you got it out. Big Volco pick. This is a Brux that she's using, which is quite a bit smaller than mine. See, that's a high tone. That's the absolute highest tone.
Well, I think sometimes it was up to like a 90.
Definitely in that area, yeah.
Oh, it's a coin.
Oh, silver. Oh, nice work.
Sixpence.
Beautiful sixpence.
Wow.
Wow, that's a ripper, that one.
Gee.
Well, it had to be silver the way the depth. Now have a look at the depth of that. You got the Viper on there, but that's dead set sterling silver. It's not going to be the 50% that one. Nice work. Actually, this spot here, we sort of transit this area going in, don't we? We haven't really detected it much.
1919.
1919. Oh, magic. That's an old KG5. What a ripper.
No, we don't usually detect here, so. And that's next door to where that code button was.
The KPM button.
Yeah.
Very interesting. We'll research that KPM button and detail any information we can get. Nice work.
Nice.
What target idea was this?
Oh, it looks like it's a
Piece of lead, is it?
Yeah, must be.
No more coins here.
No, still looking.
Okay, what do you got here?
It's another button.
Yeah, I thought you looked pretty
Thank
excited
you.
when I saw that. This looks military, this one.
It's the same button. Yeah.
Oh, it's got a beautiful shank at 90. Oh, it's another K.
KPM one.
Oh, it is?
Yeah.
Okay, look. Without researching that or having any idea what I'm talking about, I'm going to suggest that's Dutch. I've never found them or seen anything like it before. The military ones have the lion, but that's awesome. They're World War II buttons. Maybe it's some Dutch civilian or quasi-military you know, organisation,
Alright, yeah.
Dutch administration or something from the Netherlands East Indies.
You should be able to research
Oh,
it,
we'll find out what it is.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
KPM.
Yeah. Is that something under it, or is it just dirt on it?
Well, look, I tell you what, the back mark
Yeah.
will tell everything. It'll be in Dutch, I imagine.
That looks like it might have something on the bottom.
More writing.
Might be, I'm not
Okay.
sure.
Well done. Okay, so you just got that second KPM button. Got a tail up here. Another deep target of similar target ID. They're pretty solid, compact readings, aren't they?
Yeah, but there seems to be
Jumpy.
a couple of different numbers in there.
Yeah, well, it won't unlikely be sitting perfectly flat.
Just like it's deep now.
It's got a bit of depth to it too, which is always good. Well, there's not much modern rubbish in here. I don't think I've dug a ring pull all day. You wouldn't expect to.
No.
Yeah, the pink pick's in action. Could see another World War II recovery live. Oh, that's good. Still in the bottom of the hole, eh? Still quite deep by the sound of that.
Let me just check that number again,
Yeah.
just to see. Yeah, see, it goes 80s and 50s, so
Oh, if it's those buttons.
maybe look.
Oh, look at a bit of ceramic, old cup or a plate. Okay, it's all good. Archaeology. Yeah, well, the button, if it's presenting on edge, obviously it's going to give a weird target ID.
It just has something around there.
You did see a button.
Right here, look.
Oh yeah, and look at the way it's sitting. Did you see the way that was sitting vertically in the ground?
Vertically.
That's
That
another
might be-
KPM.
Yeah, another one.
Wonder what these are. Okay, well it's all obviously off the same jacket. Well, I'm suggesting. Oh, yeah,
Same
nice work.
colour. Nice.
3 KPM buttons.
And a sixpence.
Huh?
And a sixpence.
And a sixpence. I've turned my detector off. It's too exciting watching you. Okay, we're back home in the NQ Explorers Operations Centre. Welcome to the Operations Centre. Those KPM buttons, I've just looked them up on Googled them. There's quite a bit of information on that. It's a Dutch inter-island shipping line that was formed in 1888 that serviced, of course, the Dutch East Indies, which is modern Indonesia. It reached to Singapore, Hong Kong and Australia. They lost nearly 100 ships. 98 ships were sunk during World War II. They had a very large fleet. By Japanese action, and of course a lot of their ships were used to evacuate the Dutch expatriates home to back to Australia, where they continued to fight with the Australian forces. Now, so obviously that find of Colleen's was the remnants of a KPM officer's jacket, found in an area where we have found Dutch relics in the past. So that was an awesome bit of history she dug up there. I've never heard of KPM or dug any of their relics until just now. So it's very satisfying to find those buttons. We're going to go back into that site with bigger coils and see what else is in that long grass, because that's fairly well undetected by not just us but by others, from what we can conclude, because out of there comes those relics that she got that were quite a surprise actually, because we'd walked through that area many times. It was kind of like a transit area. This time we took our time, stopped, and there was a result. Find those awesome buttons. Pretty happy with that. Okay, well, let's bye from the NQ Explorers Operations Room. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.
The infantrymen were to edge forward, fighting for ridge after ridge. White Rock Ridge, Green Ridge, Coconut Tree, Kunai Nog, Fugas Corner. These are names they will never forget.